Hey, everybody. How the hell are you all? We're here for another movie show, movie chat with Tom Hunyadi joining us and with Tim Allen joining us and maybe somebody else. Who knows? We'll see how it goes And I see we got a lot of people here, but I don't see any comments yet. Somebody make a comment so I know the thing's working. That's what I'm worried about right now. I see 18 people already, but I don't see any comments. Uh-oh. You never know these days with the way StreamYard's going to go. So, oh boy. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
All right, now we got it. Hello, Richard. Hello, Cherry Carter. And we're off to the races.
Yes.
With George Smith v. Bullets. They ran out of bullets. You're never gonna live that down, George. I'm telling you. I don't care. That's a great thing that you talked about once. Planet of the Apes. People don't know what we're talking about, but anyway. Wow. James Farley, hello, and that's right. Hello, Jick Magger. And Douglas, what's doing, Douglas?
Will a certain dancing lizard pop up today at some point?
Oh man, I'm getting tired of that dancing lizard. I'm trying to keep it out, but a lot of times when I was doing my own live stream on my other channel for myself, someone said, "Hey, how about putting the Godzilla up?" And I kind of did it. It's Robbie. What's up, Robbie?
Robbie.
Yeah. When we get more people here. Yeah, we're going to be talking about this, but Tom's going to be doing all the talking because I didn't watch it. I don't think. Tim, did you watch the Oscars?
No. I'll just leave it at that.
A simple no, right?
It has nothing to do with movies. I'll say that. It has nothing to do with movies. But
all right. Hello, Penny Lane. Penny. By the way, that's the name of my grandniece who was just born. Penny.
Okay.
Started to call her Penny. Yeah, I'm a granduncle. There we go. They ran out of bullets. Was summoned. Yeah, they ran out of bullets. Exactly. All right, we're going to talk about. I guess we could start talking about. Let's start off with that, right? The Oscars were on. Do they still do the Oscars? Yeah, they do. And
it's too bad that you don't know that.
So Tom is always up on it. Tom, how many new movies do you see a week?
Well, at least I try to see at least one movie every week. As people, like I've said before, I do the AMC. A-listers club where I pay $20 a month and I can see up to 3 movies every week if I want to. So last year I saw 51 feature films in the theater.
Did you see all of the nominees for Best Picture?
Yes, I saw 8 of the 10 nominees. The other 2 I really didn't have any interest in seeing, to be honest.
All right, so now the picture that won Best Picture was?
Yes. One Battle After Another, which was my pick to win. It wasn't my favorite film of last year, which is a film that Ted brought up, a film called Nuremberg, which was probably my favorite film. But as you know, you can have a favorite, and then you can have what you think was the best. Especially if you're talking about a group of albums or a group of films. But I did think that. One Battle After Another was the best film of last year, and I'm very happy for Paul Thomas Anderson because I've been following his career ever since Boogie Nights, and I'm glad he finally won a couple Oscars.
Well, let's talk about the best. Do they still call it Best Actress instead of Actor?
Yes, yeah. It's the SAG award. They chose to call it the Actor. And I guess, both genders agreed to do that. So I have no problem with that. And by the way, if you ever watch like a documentary, if you hear like directors or screenwriters talking or producers, a lot of times they'll say actors, meaning all of them, So I really have no problem with that. with that.
Well, I mean, it at least makes it easier to differentiate
Yes.
for when you're doing an award
Exactly.
show. Well, so what did you think? Tell me who won everything. And
yeah, so the big ones were Best Picture was One Battle After Another. Director Paul Thomas Anderson got that for One Battle After, and he also won it for writing as well. So he was One Battle After Another was the big winner. They won 6 Oscars last night. Sinners, which is in the horror genre, had a big night. They won 4 Oscars. The Ryan Coogler won for Best Original Screenplay. So they won that, and they won a couple other. Cinematography. The woman is that shot Sinners was the first female to win Best Cinematographer award. So that was pretty historic night for her. Sinners also won Best Song, and one other one that Best Actor for Jordan. He played dual roles, and he did really good performance. So this was kind of a big night for horror, because then Best Supporting Actress was Amy Madigan, who was in the horror film Weapons, and she gave a fantastic performance in that as well. The real lock, in my opinion, from last night was the actress Jessie Buckley, who was nominated for the film Hamnet. She had won everything else leading up to the award, and I thought she gave the best performance of any female last year, and she won, and I was very happy with that. She also stars in the latest movie called The Bride, which I did go see last week, and then I can talk about that a little bit too later on.
Mm-hmm.
So
what about Sean Penn? I heard something about Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, who is a 2-time Oscar winner for Best Actor. He won for Best Supporting Actor for One Battle After Another, which, again, it was down to him or Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I would have been fine with either one of those two winning the award. But, yeah, he ended up not showing up, which was kind of strange, because he was at the ceremonies the 2 times he won Best Actor. Apparently he went to Ukraine or something like that. But yeah, I was very happy with that. He gave a fantastic performance in One Battle After Another.
I read something somewhere online where it said, I can't believe Sean Penn won, given the way he's slandered or talked against the Academy or something. Yeah. And I don't know anything about that, but I responded, well, I'd like to think that they give it based on who honestly seems to be the best performer, not how. Exactly. What have you done for us at the Academy lately?
Exactly. And I had just learned about that today, that he's not a fan of the Academy, and the Academy is not a big fan of him. However, it's the actors that vote for actors, kind of just like the SAG is. So even though, yeah, exactly. Nuremberg, I adored Nuremberg. I thought Russell Crowe was fantastic in that, and Rami Malek. I thought they had great chemistry in that film. But you're still going to you should give it to the best performance, no matter what your feelings are towards that person. So, and they did. Yeah.
This is my nephew Al. I think Sinners got the appropriate amount of awards, but I don't know about that Best Actor.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, he actually played 3 different characters when you think about it, okay? Because he plays a set of twins who are, yes, they're twins, but they're different characters, okay? And then, the movie's been out for a long time now, so I'm just going to say it. One of those characters ends up turning into a vampire. So then you're playing a completely different character then, So in a way, he's playing 3 different characters in this movie, and in all performances of those 3 were fantastic. And again, it says something about horror films. Are horror films getting more appreciated in the Academy, or the Academy taking horror films more seriously, with the awards won last night? And it's a good thing, I think.
Another comment?
I also had no idea Battle was an adapt. Yeah, Battle was a yep. Yeah, it was loosely adapted, they say. Just for
home-looking scene.
Yes. Yeah, he just licked it, and then it was, He was menacing, very menacing in that film. Yeah.
I have not seen the psychedelic priest. No. Oh, what was wrong with Leo bringing his girlfriend? A lot of people are talking about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not retired like you, Eddie, so I don't have time to just discover all these things or hear about them.
That's what we all say when we're not retired, right?
Yeah, right.
I used to say that too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
Sinners didn't win for song.
It was K-pop. Yeah, it was Score. I think it was then. Sorry. Thank you, George. Yeah, was it Score? Yeah, I think it was Score.
Hello, Mike Wall, Jasper.
Yeah.
Okay, who won for best animation? Was it SpongeBob?
I think it was K-pop as well. K-pop Demon Hunters, I believe.
Hold on, let me get a link here.
Yeah.
Be right with you. There you go. There's 4D Man.
An issue Clockwork Orange with a free orange. Oh, really? Yeah, that is cool. I'll have to look into that.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan gave a very classy speech after he won Best Actor. So very deserving and respectful speech.
Conan O'Brien, was he host before?
To be honest with you, I don't know if it was his first or second or third or what.
No, he's hosted before.
Has he?
I don't know if he's hosted recently, but he's definitely hosted many times before, actually.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I'm in the he hosted last year. Thank you. I'm in the category where or the group that thinks that I don't really know if they really need a host. To be honest with you, these kind of things kind of just run themselves, I think. But maybe just have somebody that does a monologue or whatever, and then get the hell off. I don't know. I don't think I know any more than the next person, but I appreciate that.
Always an asset to the show.
And thank you. She's got the way to move me, Cherry. She's got the. Don't think so. Yeah, don't think so.
How about who won for best movie trailer?
Yeah, I think that's a different awards, buddy. No, it's a different. I think that's a different award.
Oh, okay. All right. So there we go with that. All right. So I put the link up. I did. There he is. Okay. We got 4D Man in the background. Let me just wait till he's settled. I'm glad he's got that poster up there because I saw that on another show, Rachel's show, and I wanted to ask him questions about it. So here he is. 4D Man, the Omega Man poster.
Oh, look 4D. At that. Very cool.
Now, I'm going to blow it up just for that. What I want to know is that like original from the day, or is that like a recreation or something from later?
No, Joe, I do have the original from the day. It's upstairs, folded away.
No, 4D Man. What he really asked you, what he really meant to ask you is when are you sending that to him? That's what he really wanted to know.
No, that's okay.
Well, actually, I can do that, Joe, if you like it.
No, don't.
Okay, look. Okay,
I also have the original, the artwork or whatever, the original artwork. I thought maybe in another country that other than America or somewhere they had that.
No, how I came across that poster, Joe, was a couple of weeks ago. There's a YouTuber who talks about films called Kiltman, and he comes from Liverpool. And he's called Kiltman because his father has Scottish heritage, and wherever he goes, even into work, he wears a kilt. So he's known locally as Kiltman. And he's a great monologuist. So he doesn't do live streams. He just talks to camera, never edits. So whatever happens, it stays in, and he talks about films. So the latest film he's talking about is the Abominable Snowman of the Himalayas, the Hammer film.
Yeah.
But last week he was talking about the Omega Man. And the reason he was talking about the Omega Man is that different viewers sent him gifts, and one viewer sent him this gift. And I thought, well, I've got the original poster, and it's nothing like that. Where the hell has he got that? So I looked it up on eBay, and there's some guy who's making his own posters at 40 by 30 inches, and that's where he'd done this. So I picked this up for, I think it was £21, which would probably be about $25.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the history of that poster.
Okay. Well, you can't have everything. You know, I don't have room for everything anyway. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll wait till you get your house, Joe, and then I'll send it to you.
Yeah, one of these days. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they did do the Rob Reiner tribute.
Yes,
I saw that.
Yeah, they did the Rob Reiner tribute during the in memoriam. They had a woman come out and talk a little bit about Diane Keaton, and then Babs came out and talked a little bit about Robert Redford.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
How did
you pronounce his name last time? 4D.
I say Anthony Zerber, but I really don't know
I don't know how to say it either. And I had some contact with, through the mail once. I got his address many years ago, and I sent him a little correspondence. I asked him if he would do an interview back. This is long before I had a channel. I was trying to get a fan magazine done. I was going to do so. He said he'd like to, and he said contact me with details of something that just fell apart. Didn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah, well, it's good that you managed to contact him, because I agree with Martin. He was a fantastic actor, and I can remember him in Papillon as one of the lepers who takes the cigar out of his mouth and offers it to Steve McQueen, and I was gulping about that in the audience. I thought, fucking hell.
He's been in everything. I mean, he was in Cool Hand Luke. He has a part in that too. He's in what's the Charlton Heston movie? I'm forgetting that. Will Penny. He's in that. He's in a lot of things. James Bond. He's in a Bond movie, License to Kill, I think it is.
Right, and the second season of Harry O, the David Janssen television series.
Harry O.
I love him in that. They had such a great rapport, those two actors, in that second season. Fantastic.
Hello, Ramoga. So what do we have here by way of what people either picked up, movies picked up, or this week, or watched? Anybody?
I got 2 Blu-rays I picked up, and like I said, I went to go see The Bride. So. Oh
well, let's talk about that now, shall we? Because what do you think? Would I have liked it, or would I have hated it?
I think, Joe, I think you would have been mixed about it. I think maybe you would have appreciated its artistic approach. The Maggie Gyllenhaal who directed it, she did take some big swings with it. I don't think all of them landed, but it was enjoyable. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. All right, I'm sorry. I should say I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. But I appreciated some of it. But, thinking about it, I'm like, well, it's probably a good thing Joe didn't see this.
Well, I know what it was all about. I saw enough clips, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. But the thing is, if it's supposed to be some kind of a spoof or send-off, I could get behind it.
I wouldn't call it a spoof or anything. I just think that, she loved, Bride of Frankenstein, and maybe she loves Bonnie and Clyde and thought it'd be a good idea to kind of mesh those two styles together. You set it in the 1930s America, and there is this fun scene though at the end where the gangster kind of gets I wouldn't say it's nowhere near as gross, but it reminded me of the end of Maniac. I'll just put it that way.
No, okay,
yeah,
got you that one. What else have you seen?
And that's it. Kind of had like a busy. Like I said, I did pick up.
What do you got?
Some films from the greatest genre of all time.
Yeah.
This is
Criterion genre.
Yeah, John Huston's final film called The Dead.
Cool.
From 1987. This is one of those films I haven't seen yet, so I'm really anxious to see this one. This has his daughter Angelica in this. So, like I said, I haven't seen this one.
Tom,
in a movie,
yes,
Tom, sir. Yes.
Can you tell us what the extras are on that Criterion disc? Because I might buy it.
Sure. Yeah, I can. There's a new interview with an author. There's a new 2K restoration of John Huston and the Dubliners. which is a behind the scenes documentary.
Oh, that's worth
yeah, there's a couple of the little smaller things, but this one isn't really 100% full, full chock with specials like some of the other ones are, especially like the other one I'm holding in my hand either. But yeah, so looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah.
Now the other one I picked up is a childhood favorite of mine. I love this film. I don't care what other people say, but Criterion released Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I adore this film. And this one's stacked with special features on this one. Wow. Yeah, but these are two latest ones for Criterion that I picked up, and I'm really happy today. They announced their film. They announced their slate for June, and two of them are John Waters films, Desperate Living and Hairspray. So I'm looking forward.
Well, you know who the latest guy is in the Criterion closet today that they just screened on YouTube.
Didn't see it. No, who was it?
They've got Jim Jarmusch in there.
Oh, nice. Jim Jarmusch is a great director. Yeah, I didn't get to see this film from last year because it didn't pop up in a cinema near me. So
the Criterion closet.
Yeah, I love it.
It's not a genre.
Maggie Gyllenhaal did it a couple weeks ago.
Yes, she did it.
She did. And I've been hassling them to get Woody Allen in there because he could do a great claustrophobia sketch in the Criterion closet, couldn't
he? There you go, 4D man. Is a question.
Is that the Marlon Brando version that you're talking about? Because if it's the Marlon Brando version, yes, I have. With my father, George Gilbert. Maybe are you talking about? Are you talking about the 1948 one?
We're talking about Charlton Heston movies. I haven't seen that. I don't have interest in. He directed a Julius Caesar version in I think 1970, and I haven't. I don't. I can't get myself to watch it.
Yeah, I think that Brando one was what 52 or 53.
The Marlon Brando one.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and he was superb as Mark Anthony.
I mean that was I think the second nomination in like 4 in a row that he had back in the early 50s.
Yeah. Wow, what an actor he was.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Would you agree with this, Tom?
Truthfully, this year wasn't the best for film. I mean, how many of those films did you see, Beatletti? Because I can list you out. There's 20 films that I saw last year. My top 20, I thought all were deserving of one kind of award or another. But I don't know.
It's up to 4D if he wants to bother with that question, the next question or not.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's the next question? Okay, let me just lift this up so you can see the incense. It's called dupe incense, so it's a thicker stick than joss sticks.
Right.
Yeah, people are going to ask. His house is on fire. That's what.
Well, people in chat either say his house is on fire or his pants are on fire. That's what they say, one or the other.
Yeah. The Dead. I mean, if I like the movie, a lot of times if I really love a movie, I'll get the book because I would want to see the differences. Like I'll give you one example before we get. Sorry guys with the questions real quick, but I saw a movie called The Road with Hugo Mortensen, and I got the book by Cormac McCarthy. I can't remember the guy's last name, but the book was just amazing.
I once wrote an article about Kurt Vonnegut's books that were adapted to films and comparing the difference between the two, and I got a really good correspondence going with Bob Widey, the guy who directs and produces Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Right. Well, he'd done a fantastic film called Mother Night with Nick Nolte, which is an adaptation of a Kurt Vonnegut film, and at that point he was planning the Kurt Vonnegut documentary, which you can now see. You can now buy it on YouTube. So Bob Widey had done all that, and I just caught him at the right time where he was eager to talk about Vonnegut because of his ongoing documentary. So I fed that into the article that I did. It was
Nice.
a good time. Yeah.
Very cool.
Regarding the Charlton Heston version of Julius Caesar, my father and him were good friends, and the actor teacher.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool to know.
Yep. Ted says, best year for movies in a very long time. Went to movies a lot this year and interested in awards show in a long time.
Cool. See, I'm glad, Ted's a man of, more years than I, and I'm glad that, there's still people out there that are interested in seeing new movies.
Well, let me get to tell you the one movie that I watched. I watched a lot of Fugitive episodes. The Fugitive with David Jansen. I watched a lot of Frasier episodes, sitcom with my girlfriend. That's a lot of what I was watching, my girlfriend and I. And this is a movie that I saw in the theater. I've seen it before, of course. I bought it. It's a new movie. It's a newer movie from 2008.
That's new. That's brand new to me.
It's a brand new movie, and I loved it so much in the theater. I like to build it up that I wanted to get this, and my girlfriend had never seen it, so it's always pleasurable for me if somebody's not seen a movie and I can see what they think of it that I like. And here we go. I'm going to show you. It's Doubt.
Doubt. Very good.
With great. These actors, they're all great in here in this movie. Very good. Meryl Streep, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Amy Adams, and also Viola Davis.
Yeah.
I think she's the only one that won an award for it, right? I think all of them were nominated. It says here, best actress, best supporting actor, best supporting actress.
And what a tough role too. I mean, for that. I mean, especially if you find out what could be possibly happening to her son with a particular person. Oh my God. What a performance.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other thing, I mean, it's the performances that get me with this. What I like the best about it, it's really intense at times, and it's really involving. Very, as far as the outcome goes, people have the opinion that, did he or didn't he, and that kind of thing, which I've read is not really the point, really, of the movie. But how could you help it not being the point? And I'm in the minority with the answer, in my opinion, anyway, because I think that I don't see the point of such a movie if it was straightforward. Yeah, he did it. Where's the question and the doubt and all that? But it could go either way. It could go either. That's what the whole thing. It's ambiguous. It can go either way, really, depending on what you. I think a lot of it's what you bring into it too. If you're a person, like like I assume we all are, who abhors such an act, you're probably going to be get him in the movie,
I think it's good. Not, I mean, did we need to know what was in the case in Pulp Fiction?
No.
I mean, it's good to have an imagination, and
sure. And Pulp Fiction, I always liked the fact in that movie that you just saw a glowing case. All you got to know is it's something beautiful, valuable, extravagant.
Right.
That's all it is. It doesn't matter what it is, All right. Anyway, Tim, I want you to talk during this, and I know you haven't had much opportunity the last 28. So I want you to tell us what you have been involved in this past week since our last show.
Okay. Well, I haven't picked up anything, unfortunately. I try, but nothing around. I watched this, and I did. I have the cases for these, but a lot of these are rewatches. So they're in like a folder. But I watched The Return of the Vampire.
Come on, I love that stuff.
And this is my question: what did they give Lugosi like $500 and have him show up for 2 days? Because the first half an hour of the movie, his character is in it, but I guarantee it's not him. You just see the back of his face.
I think it's him. But I know I've also thought that too, the way it's shot. But I
And
think it's him. But
it's like they didn't want to pay him, so they only paid him for a couple of days, and he's not in a lot of his own scenes.
I don't agree. But I do like it a lot. It's not one of the greatest, but it's very universal. Like, even though that's a Columbia production.
Yeah, yeah. No, I felt it was okay. It wasn't. I don't have much to say about it. It was okay, but I didn't have a lot of time that day to watch a movie, so I pulled that out. Now, next movie I watched. Speaking of things that we don't need to know, I rewatched Lost in Translation. I love this movie.
Yeah,
The thing that we don't need to know is what Bill Murray whispers to her at the end.
Yes,
it doesn't matter. It does. It's private. That's the whole point of it. It's private.
That's the one that's in Japan, right?
Yeah. And I love this one. Every time I see it, I saw it in the theater probably 3 times when it came out. I love this movie, and I was just in the mood to watch it again. And Scarlett Johansson's great. She's very
That must have
young.
been when she was first starting out.
She's probably only 17 or 18 when she did that movie.
Bill Murray was really in his heyday. It was well after Ghostbusters, but he was in that film.
Yeah, I think
he started in Broken Flowers with Jim Jarmusch.
Yes.
Yeah, and he started in Life Aquatic for Wes Anderson. He was really.
He had a good run there in the 90s.
He did.
He was doing all of Wes Anderson's films, and that was great.
Right.
Do you know, Tim, that Bill Murray has a reputation for showing up in public at people's events just for the fun of surprising them? He's got a reputation for that. Like, you could be having a wedding, Tim, and all of a sudden Bill Murray will show up in the congregation and offer, I don't know, make some sort of offering. And so there are lots of anecdotes throughout America of Bill Murray's phantom appearances out of the blue, and they've made a book about it, which I've got. It's in the other room, so I can't tell you the title, but it's basically they've gone and interviewed people's anecdotes about where Bill Murray has just shown up out of the blue. It's well worth getting. It's a good laugh.
I don't know if Richard Dreyfuss would appreciate those kind of antics. They didn't get along well.
Did they not get along though?
There's a making of documentary at the end of Lost in Translation. It's not. It's an interview with Sofia Coppola and Bill Murray, and Bill Murray is just Bill Murray, and that's what's so great about him. You can't stop him. He's no matter what he does, he's Bill Murray, and he's funny, and there is a making of documentary too, and he's the one. He's like always just cracking people up, and when fans meet him and stuff, he's always got something interesting to say to them, and that's got to be very hard to do. But do you know what I think, Tim? Do you know what I think it is? It's like like with every writer, they spend their professional career looking for their own authorial voice. When they find their unique voice, suddenly they're writing like no other writer. It's their voice. Well, I think you could say that about not just every actor as well, but every personality, where you really come into your own. So there's nobody like your own personality. But I think in order to get there, you have to take a few risks. You have to put yourself out there. And I think that's what Bill Murray did. At some point in Saturday Night Live, Bill Murray put himself so out there, took so many risks that there was no going back, and he became a unique personality from that point on.
Yeah.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.
Well, I mean, in Lost in Translation, he's what? He's this guy that's approaching 60, if he's not 60 by then. And how many scenes is he not wearing a shirt? And how many guys would do this? He's out there and he doesn't care. He's just
absolutely, Tim. I won't even take my cap off.
Anyway, brilliant film. And then I rewatched this, and I'd forgotten that Scarlett Johansson was in this as well. She's only 15 when she made The Man Who Wasn't There. And every time I watch this film, I appreciate it more. Well, the first time I watched it, I thought it was okay. But especially the commentary track is amazing on this, because it's
great black and white photography.
Yeah. Criterion just released a copy, Tim.
Yeah, I know. But it's Billy Bob Thornton and the two Coen brothers on the commentary, and they're just Billy Bob Thornton had a lot to do with this movie. I mean, he doesn't act at all in this movie. He just stands there and he's just stoic. and there's one scene where he goes in with Scarlett Johansson and she's playing piano, and he kind of slightly smiles, and they're joking that you overacted there, you know. it's like really funny because he doesn't do he, and you know, and it's a great movie. It's silly in a way, but it's a film noir movie, and it's fantastic, and I love it. Highly recommended. There again, The Man Who Wasn't There doesn't get enough credit. And speaking of Bill Murray, we'll go back to Bill Murray. I hadn't seen this since it came out in theaters.
Tootsie.
Quick Change. Anybody remember Quick Change?
I've never heard of it.
This
Jason
movie came out in
Robards.
1990, so it does count for me as a new movie. First year of my new movies. And Bill Murray co-directed this. I think he wrote it too, or at least co-wrote it and co-directed it. And it's about a bank robbery, and it's got Randy Quaid and Gina Davis, and they're both involved in the bank robbery. And he goes in and robs a bank as a clown. And it doesn't give it away because it happens really early in the movie. He starts letting hostages go, and he's one of the hostages he lets go.
Making his notes.
There you go. I'll buy that one.
Him and Gina Davis are two, and Randy Quaid are three of the hostages that he lets go. Right, so they don't know it's him because they're looking for a clown, you know. And it goes off perfectly, and they spend the rest of the movie, which is about 90 minutes, trying to get to the airport to get away, and they can't do it. And that's the whole joke of the movie. They pull off this perfect bank robbery, and then they just can't get to the airport. Jason Robards is in it too. He plays the main cop that's after him.
What a great character actor he was as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's near the end for him.
This is yeah. So this is it. Well, it's a few years before Magnolia, but yeah, he's getting there. Anyway, good film. Recommend it. I mean, it's not a great film. It's a silly film, but there's Bill Murray as a clown, if you can see him.
Oh yeah, there you go. Looks like Bobcat Goldthwait.
He goes in and robs a bank like that. So that's sort of
that makes a change. That makes a change from the usual Richard Nixon masks, anyway.
Yeah. So that's an interesting film. And then I don't really know what to think about this. People hail Marilyn's performance. I don't know. River of No Return.
Oh, Robert Mitchum. Yeah.
I don't think this is a great film. I don't think either one of them were so great. There's it's of its time. You know, there's, to use the euphemism, there's even grape soda in this movie, which we can't talk about. But you know, and yet that's our hero. You know, and so not that I care about that sort of thing, but it just. I don't know. I think Marilyn in some ways is better than Robert Mitchum in this movie, though. She does do a good performance, but I still don't know if I believe it.
It is raining cats and dogs out where I am.
Doesn't she Doesn't she sing the title song as well, Marilyn Monroe, on that?
Well, she does sing it eventually, but somebody else sings it over the credits, and it's horrible. Okay. And it's like, God, just stop. Yeah, she sings in this, and it's a Western, by the way.
I've never heard of that movie with her.
Yeah. It's not her best. She's good in it, though. If you're a Marilyn fan, you should watch it. If you're a Mitchum fan, I don't know.
No, I like them both to some degree.
But yeah, and almost no special features on this Blu-ray. I hate it when you get a Blu-ray and it's got a few trailers on it, and that's it. Come on, give us something. But anyway,
back in the 90s, I think there was a great bio written on him called "Baby, I Don't Give a Damn." It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I've got that. Yeah, I've
Do
got
you
that
have it?
book.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
have that too. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like that he's supposed to be the nice guy, yet he tries to have some grape soda with her, and but the other guy that tries to have some grape soda with her is a really bad guy. I never get the distinction there. You know what I mean?
And there's a book by Robert Mitchum's brother. I can't remember his name, but he was in the first two Dirty Harry films. And so he wrote a memoir as well. It's harder to get, but it's well worth getting. And that goes into.
I'll look into that.
Yeah, if I was next door, in the room next door, I could tell you the title, but off the top of my head, I can't think of the Robert Mitchum's brother's name, and I can't even think of the title of the book. But I can remember it's full of anecdotes about how rowdy they were as brothers in the early days, and it's well worth getting.
Cool.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the comment that was up. I do think it's one of her best, but I don't know if I would say it's her best performance.
Yeah.
But I really do like it.
Yeah, I would agree. Oh, and by the way, Rory Calhoun is in this too. He plays kind of a real bad guy, and it's one of the few movies I've ever seen him in early in his career. I know him from Farmer Vincent's Biscuit or Fritters. What's the name of that? Motel Hell. You know, late in his career, there's a movie called Motel Hell, and I know a lot of people know Rory Calhoun from that. But he's Marilyn's boyfriend in this.
Yeah, Night of the Hunters is great.
Yeah, I really like her. I think I kind of like her more as a supporting actress and stuff rather than a leading lady. You know, when I think of like stuff like The Asphalt Jungle and Clash by Night, you know, stuff like that. You know, she doesn't have big roles, but she's memorable in those smaller roles.
No, I think she's good in Niagara, and that's an earlier film by her.
Right.
People say she couldn't act till later, but I kind of disagree. I think she's pretty good in Niagara.
No, How the West Was Won was on TV, which I've never seen. How the West Was Won.
Yeah, they all had clean shirts and white teeth. Yep.
With all the documentaries being shown in cinemas, when does a documentary become a movie? I don't know how to answer that.
Well, I mean, if it's shown in cinemas, I kind of feel like it's a movie. You know, it's just
they got movies.
Yeah, they just got to categorize them. You know how everybody loves to put everything in a category.
George Gilbert played Brutus, who killed Julius Caesar. Hopscotch, Walter Matthau.
Yeah, I've seen that. Not a bad little movie.
There you go. There's Pulp Fiction mystery solved, just like the Planet of the Apes bullets mystery. Yeah. It's nice to see Tim chatting more. Sometimes he's too quiet, and I believe he brings great knowledge to the discussions. Sure.
Here.
I heard a theory quite a long time ago that actually what's in the case in Pulp Fiction is Bruce Willis's soul.
See, I heard it was well, I mean, what's his name? So the
Bruce Willis's soul.
Yeah, not Bruce Willis, but it was Ving Rhames' role, because that's why he had the Band-Aid on the back of his neck.
Well, Bruce Willis had one too.
Yeah.
Well, why do they want it? Why are they looking for this valuable thing? And why does the guy in the diner later, the punk in the diner, Tim Roth, why does he say, wow, what's beautiful? That's beautiful. He wants to, I don't know. I don't know where they come up with these things, but I don't want to get too.
Yeah. But I mean, I heard that around the time it came out,
of money,
after, you know,
or valuables. Anyway, so Meatballs was not brought out. Bill Murray.
I'm glad that Spring Heel Jim is in the audience because
he was talking about, and he knows. You know, like I say, Spring Heel Jim knows a lot of stuff. I saw him on Rachel's. I watched it on the playback,
right?
And it's just that everything he knows so much, but everything that he knows, I don't know most of the movies he's talking about.
He does. Well, let me tell you. Yesterday, Spring Heel Jim asked me about a meeting I had with Dirk Bogarde. So I gave him that anecdote when Dirk Bogarde was in the Royal. Dirk Bogarde was doing a reading and a Q&A session in the Royal Exchange Theatre in Manchester, England. And that was a series that they used to do. So he wanted to see the photograph. So I showed Spring Heel Jim the signed photograph I got.
Yeah, I saw that.
It took me 5 or 10 minutes to find it while Rachel's Ghost was going on, because the house is just, there's so much stuff here. Right, but after Rachel's Ghost show finished and I was putting all the stuff away, I found another signed photograph, which I've had for 35 years. And the original idea was that I was going to gather enough signed photographs and paste them all over the hall wall, a bit like, you know, if you go backstage of a theatre, behind the desk of the clerk or the security guard, you often get pasted photographs all over the wall of all the actors who have appeared down the years at that particular theatre. So I had that idea in mind, and I just never got around to it. So instead, all these signed photographs from all those years ago are stashed away in drawers, or some of them are framed if they're 20 by 16 photos. So one of the 10 by 8s I was showing Jim yesterday, and when I was putting it away, I came across this photograph.
Oh, Alec Guinness.
Right, yeah. So that's the photograph I got. Quite a formal dedication there. Good wishes, right?
Yeah.
And so nothing particular to say about that. Now, Alec Guinness was at the Royal Exchange Theatre, and I did go and see him, and it was quite a strange audience that he had, where he was talking about his career and refused to talk about Star Wars. He would not accept any questions about Star Wars. He was so fed up of talking about Star Wars, right? And so afterwards, he did a signing session, but I didn't bring anything for him to sign. But at some point after that, I sent him this photograph from, you know, and it was a reliable address. So he signed it. It came back like that. And for 35 years, that's been stashed away in a drawer like all the other ones. And because of Spring Heel Jim, all these photographs I had to uproot in order to find the one of Dirk Bogarde that Spring Heel Jim wanted to see. I never noticed the back before. Even when he sent it to me, I never noticed that he wrote that at the back. Can you read that?
What does it say? About 40 years ago. It's hard to read it.
I'll tell you what it says. It says the first word is either ghastly or ghostly, so you can take your pick. So he says, I think it's ghastly. So he says ghastly photograph about 40 years ago. Now I've had this for at least 35 years, and I never noticed that he wrote that on the back.
That's interesting. Yeah.
You mentioned Dick. You mentioned Dick Bogarde. I mean, one of my favorite movies with him was The Night Porter from the 70s.
Yeah, well, Spring Heel Jim was talking about The Night Porter yesterday on Rachel's Ghost. I think Jim. I think if my grandmother, my Salford grandmother, not my Irish one, had met Spring Heel Jim, my grandmother would say to him what she used to say to me sometimes, which is, "You've been on the earth before." You know, like when you're old-headed, when you're young. So I think that applies to Jim. He's been on the earth before.
I got to catch up a little bit. Let's see, Rocco. Now, I said it was really raining and thundering hard here, and if Tom would ever watch his honeymooners set, I wouldn't send a night out on a dog like this. Come on, Alice. A night on the dog, Alice. I heard it. It wasn't funny.
You're very conscientious, actually, Joe. You're very conscientious with catching up in chat. Some live streamers aren't as conscientious as you are.
Yeah, I'm big on that. But you see, I get spoiled because, spoiled, I don't know if that's the right word here, but when I do my own stream, I'm very used to doing that, moving it along. I can't stand when it falls behind like a half an hour or something.
Right.
And the people like to, they like to contribute and be part of it.
Sure.
But it's hard. The more people you have on screen, I have to learn more. They got to give them more time to talk.
Yeah. Well, the really good guest, actually, Norman Masloff, he's really good at that. He can keep his eye on chat at the same time as he's guesting. I can never do that.
The Maz man, Mazzy.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike. One of these days we'll get Mike. I don't know if you know him, Gray 1951 4D, but I would really recommend his channel. He likes a lot of the movies from the time you like.
Right. Okay.
So he's pretty
Great
good.
guy.
Marilyn in All About Eve was wonderful. I didn't even know she was in All About Eve.
Yeah, I mean, again, a supporting character.
By the stairs, the scene by the stairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the what? Isn't it the what? Am I getting mixed up? Is it the hold on to your something? We're in for a bumpy ride.
Yes.
it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Fasten your seatbelts, maybe.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride. I think. Yeah.
Right.
Now, when you say The Final Girl 2015, is anybody hitting? Does this ring a bell for anybody in this movie? The reason I say it is they call in Friday the 13th movies, the survivor, the last girl left alive, is always called the final girl, like the last survivor of the Jason. And I'm wondering if this is what he's referring to. Maybe there's like some kind of movie, a show, or something documentary about the final girls of the series. Do I put this up yet? I forget if I did. 7 Year Itch is her best.
Some people say that's her worst. I don't agree, but I've heard critics say that's her worst performance.
In his autobiography, James Mason mentions Marilyn Monroe visiting the set of Bigger Than Life. The director wanted her to make a cameo as a nurse, but she got nervous, couldn't do it. Yeah, this is good. What happened to Tony Soprano? Well, you know what happened to him. The answer is he stopped believing. Yeah, it's the last scene of The Sopranos. Okay, is anyone else really looking forward to the Fincher Cliff Booth follow-up?
Yeah, I mean that's the Brad Pitt character in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I said I know them. I've seen the movie a couple of times.
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, we're talking about Before.
Yep.
Are you familiar, 4D, with his film Tunes of Glory?
I would hope so.
I think I've seen it once, but I don't have it. I should get it. I don't have it, Jim. It's not in the collection.
Yeah. It's a Criterion film, so I have it.
Yeah, I think I do have it, but I don't have it on Blu-ray. I think I'd have it on DVD. It's behind me on the shelf behind me.
I recommend binge watching The Honeymooners. But no, right now I'm binge watching The Fugitive.
Yeah. I binge watched my favorite series of all time, Lost. And I'm going to catch up on a few movies, and then I'm going to start binge watching Game of Thrones again. I really enjoyed that series a lot.
I always recommend Arrested Development. I think that's one of the best shows of its time, or maybe even of any time. That it's just creative and smart. Very smart show. Yeah, very smart.
The scene with Marilyn and a paddle ball in Misfits is iconic.
Well, yeah, especially the nude scene with Humphrey Bogart that she does in that movie was very iconic as well.
4D, do you have the soundtrack album? What is that?
Yeah.
Willa Memorandum?
Yeah, if you guys talk amongst yourselves, I can find that.
All right.
Okay, well, I'm thinking that Jim wants 4D to see his comments. Any Giallo fans? I like them. I mean, Italian horror films. Yeah, I still think that Suspiria is one of the best, but I'm still hesitant to watch it again.
I need to see it. I kind of do want to watch it.
Not that long ago, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not that it makes a lot of sense necessarily. It's just very stylish. It's stylishly done.
Yeah, it's very stylish.
I like the look of it and the colors and the presentation of it.
Yeah.
The music.
It's. I think it must be hard to make a gothic film colorful, but he was really good at it.
Okay, we'll put this up here. BFI released 1968 film negatives on Blu-ray. Never been released on physical media in the UK before. I recommend it. Glenda Jackson's debut.
Thank you.
What are we talking about here? Are we talking about Back to Suspiria, maybe? Or is this the thing you were just talking about? Because I know Severin, somebody re-released a new version of Suspiria. I know that. But this happens sometimes, when you gotta when we do comments.
Severin has a very interesting back catalog of films.
A lot of horror stuff that I remember them
Yeah,
for.
that and the Vinegar one too.
Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar Syndrome. Both of those have some very interesting films in their catalog.
Streets of San Francisco.
There it is.
Hold on a minute. Let me blow that up.
This is
That's a nice.
1966. By 1966, John Barry was on a roll. Like he was. There was no stopping him. As soon as he got a commission for James Bond, there was just no stopping him.
Yeah.
So this is 96. Actually, Alec Guinness is in this spy film as well. 1966, and I dug this out as well, which is another John Barry. This was 2 years later. So this is a film called Deadfall, 1968. And I think it's a fantastic film. Brian Forbes directed it, and you get a really melodramatic song by Shirley Bassey at the beginning, because the producers must have figured, well, we've got John Barry, Goldfinger did pretty well. Let's see if we can get Shirley Bassey to do the title song. So she does this really haunting title song. Yes, I have the John Barry Beat Girl. I'll tell you something about that. When I bought a batch of John Barry records from a seller on eBay, I wanted to buy that as well, but we couldn't figure out the combined postage. So I said, oh, never mind. And bless his heart, he was good enough to give it me for free. So when the package arrived, he'd put Beat Girl in for free as well. And it's a what is it, Jim? It's 1960, I think. And it's a pristine copy. And he just gave it me for free. So it renews your faith in humanity when somebody does something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now we got time for just 30, 40 more questions. Because we're at the end of the line. I caught up. Take a breather for a moment. Oh boy,
I've got to find out from Joe because I'll have. Are you a collector of soundtrack, Hammer Film soundtracks, Joe, or is it?
I have a lot of soundtracks. As far as Hammer, I don't think, not per se. I mean, I have some. I have some CDs. I think I got compact discs of some.
Right, that's all right. Could I spend a big part of today looking through this? Like I was saying to Tom, look, when I discovered this electronic sound music magazine, which looks like none of them have arrived yet because I only discovered this magazine today. But now and again, you get a film feature. So one of them is full of science fiction soundtracks, and the cover is a fantastic cover of Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet. Magnificent cover. Yeah. So that's one. But the one I was telling Tom about is about Clockwork Orange, and the free vinyl 7-inch is orange colored vinyl. Yeah, and I'm not even sure whether it's a bit of the Clockwork Orange soundtrack or not. And when you're buying that particular magazine on eBay, it turns out that only subscribers got an issue with a free 45 RPM in it. So some of them don't have the single with it. So I had to navigate all that. But while I was doing that, when I went on site, it turns out that you could pre-order this double EP, which is based on the fact that they've just discovered the original master tapes for James Bernard's score for Curse of Frankenstein. So there is an album out there, but it's a re-recording because they never found the master tapes. But now so now they found 13 minutes of soundtrack. So what this same company, Electronic Sound, have done is they've issued, which you could pre-order up until about 5 o'clock this afternoon, a double EP of green tinted vinyl, 45 RPM, as a double EP of The Curse of Frankenstein, which is all of this newly discovered archive music. And unfortunately, I was just on the tail end, so I could order it. But as soon as I'd ordered it, after that, it was sold out, and it's a limited edition. So I don't know if they're going to renew it or whether that's the end of the story.
Don't a lot of those Hammer soundtracks have different films on the same disc?
Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Fire Circus and some other thing.
Yeah, I
and
look forward to
Sorry.
hearing what's on that Orange 45. Maybe it's something from the 9th. Huh? Who knows?
Yeah, well, I'll let you know as soon as possible, Tom. I'll let you know.
Well, here's another 4D observation from Jim.
Yeah,
Too long to read.
Yeah, well, it could be that I have it on one of the compilations because if I could turn this camera around, but you wouldn't be able to see, it wouldn't pick it up. But I've got a rotating 7-foot tall camera rack, and there's a load of Georgie Fame LPs on there, so it might be possible that Entertaining Mr. Sloan is on one of those, but I'd have to check. I've certainly got.
Sorry, I cut you off too fast with that one.
I have got Somebody Stole My Thunder though. That's a great track.
Oh man,
where did you get that, Joe? Where did you get that clip from?
Well, it's from a Godzilla, one of the Godzilla movies from the '60s.
That's actually in the film.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a silly sequence. Yeah.
Godzilla wasn't quite as serious by this point.
No, yeah, he defeats the monster and he does a victory dance.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to look at what else I got to clip here, if anything. I don't use enough clips here, film clips, but it depends if it fits. It only fits Danny when Danny's on because he's so annoying. That's the only time it fits.
I'm just wondering, once they've shown that clip and it was actually in the film, how do you get back to the film after they've shown that scene?
Actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It works in there. I don't know. It's on an alien planet, and Godzilla defeats the bad guy, and he does a little hop, little dance, and then the alien, Japanese alien.
Wait a minute. Godzilla's on an alien planet?
Yes.
And how the hell does he get to an alien planet?
They needed to borrow him. He
swims there.
They asked to borrow Godzilla and
he's
Rodan.
He's on loan.
He's on loan.
They're going to give it back, but he's on loan.
Little spaceship, and they take little spaceships to them. They make a bargain with Earth. Right, we borrow them? Yeah. So he goes over and they pick up Godzilla and Rodan into their little spaceship, goes back to the planet, and he defeats them. This is early in the movie. This isn't even the climax at the end. And then after he does his little victory dance, you see the alien, the Japanese alien, say a happy moment. After he dances, he jumps up and down.
So this is a Japanese film.
Oh yeah, all the Godzilla movies are Japanese. The best ones.
The Japanese imagination can get pretty wild, I think. Pretty out there.
And then with a spoiler alert, I said this one other time, I think, then they have all the monsters there, but it's a trick. They promised a cure for disease, cancer and all of the diseases to Earth if they let them borrow the monsters. But really, they just wanted them so now they can attack Earth. Put them under their power.
We don't have Godzilla to save us, you see.
Hey, I live for that stuff, man. That's the stuff I grew up with. See, this guy. This guy can't get enough of that clip. He always wants me to play it. I have to play it every show.
Yes, you do.
Okay. I had different versions. It was a white cover with a blue of John Barry.
Oh, it'll be one that's. Oh, you mean the Quilla Memorandum? Is he talking about there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's white cover with blue. Okay. I wonder if it's a difference between UK and US editions. That might be.
It's possible. Probably. There might be another country or a reissue or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know a lot of Marilyn Monroe movies, although I do like. Well, Norton. What is Marilyn Monroe doing here? Where?
That movie's silly. It's everybody's favorite Marilyn Monroe movie, and I just think it's. I don't.
I still have this one, which I have never watched. I bought it. And I didn't watch it.
I don't buy Tony Curtis as a woman or Jack Lemmon. I just.
Let's extend your imagination a little bit.
Some like it hot didn't work for me, even though I think Billy Wilder is a magnificent director.
Yeah, no, he's one of my favorite writers and directors. But that film just
ask JFK what his favorite thing Marilyn Monroe ever did.
Oh boy. Going through Darren McGavin's Mike Hammer on YouTube. A lot of forgotten stuff on YouTube.
I didn't know he played Mike Hammer.
This is kind of related. You know how much Tom knows how much I can't stand this bull crap you got to do to watch like these special channels on cable and all this. So I heard that John Lennon documentary, Borrowed Time, which I really have no interest in too much. It's a Talking Heads thing mostly. And I said, all right, let me watch that. So I heard it was on Tubi. So I get my little Tubi remote, which I haven't used in a long time. And I go, click. And then it's like, it wants all this information. And I'm like, I don't remember anything. I don't know the numbers. You know, you're not connected to the network, to the internet. You go, what are you talking about? I didn't disconnect. And put your like internet thing in there. So I put in whatever the what is it called? The internet server or whatever. Right. I put that in. Then it wants other information. I'm like, my girlfriend and I spent like 15 minutes. We said, you know what? Skip it. It's such a pain in the ass. I've made rant videos about that too. You turn on the damn TV and it's on. Would you please stop this?
A couple weeks ago, Borrowed Time was on YouTube. I didn't watch it, but it
came
up in my recommended.
Well, I actually heard that too, and I looked. But the problem, if you can call it a problem, which I would, is it's like hours. I don't know how many hours, 3 or 4. It was the long version with everything in it, and I'm going like just to see what it looks like before I watch it. And it's all Talking Heads.
Yeah,
the whole thing. I don't even see
I didn't watch it. It was too long. I didn't. On there.
I put Tubi on the other day too to see this really bad it was an alien knockoff movie from 1985 called Biohazard. And the only reason why I wanted to see this movie was because the actress Angelique Pettyjohn from an episode of Star Trek. She was kind of like the baked potato girl because she had like a foil wrapped around her. Wow. And she showed 2 good reasons to watch the movie, but it was a really bad movie though.
Tom's happy. Yeah.
There you go.
I'll tell you what I like about Tubi better than Pluto, though, is Pluto won't let you access it if you have a VPN. You have to turn your VPN off, and I don't like that.
I tried everything to get on there. I'm tired of this. What was the password again? Then I'm looking in. I have like an old telephone book from like 1994 or something that's got like all this stuff in it. I'm looking over. It's cable. Let's see, cable, something to see. Okay, that's the code. We got that in there. But I re-entered the code. Bing, go all the way down. I made a video about this. Go all the way down to get the letters. F. Bing. Now go all the way over. Next letter. G. Bing.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. I'm doing that's just my. I can't take it. That's why I don't watch.
Are you big on this magazine, Joe?
It's funny you should say that because I just was thinking of Kiss of the Vampire last night. But Little Shop of Horrors, that's a very good magazine. I have a few of those from back in the day. That's not still is it still printed now? Little Shop of Horrors?
I don't think it is, and a lot of these are reprints that I got. The only problem is the font size is so small that my eyes can barely perceive the text. But the research is second to none because the editors really established relationships with some of these actors, and you even get situations where the letters page, in this particular one, in the letters page there's a letter from Phil Leakey, so he's just wrote in
man.
Yeah, so he's the makeup man for Hammer Films, and he was talking about the very early days when Hammer moved into Downs Place where the roof was leaking. And the reason the roof was leaking is because during World War II, the army took the place over and they were using that for digs. And when Hammer bought Downs Place, which became Bray Studios, in the attic, there were hundreds of army duffel coats. and because the roof was leaking, they were saturated, and which added great weight to the duffel coats. So the ceiling was bowed like that. So they had to fix that. Now, if you ever see early photographs of Terence Fisher, he's nearly always in a duffel coat. So now we know where he got his free duffel coat from upstairs in the attic. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of times they put down Freddie Francis.
These are the trivial details that you can find if you start wading back into Little Shop of Horrors magazine.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
But what do you think of Freddie Francis? Do you like him? I like him as a director. Of course, he's in Terence Fisher's shadow.
Yeah, I like him because obviously he's got a keen eye because he was a cinematographer first. The only thing he's no good at is commentaries. His DVD commentaries are awful. It's like he disparages his own horror films. So he's talking about horror films that he doesn't even like. I think you can get one edition of Dr. Terror's House of Horrors with him doing a commentary, and it might be Tom Weaver who's with him for all I know. If somebody's with him, and it's like pulling teeth. It's like he doesn't want to be there.
I think that they should just leave the commentaries to the historians sometimes.
I guess, yeah.
I got to meet him at a lot of people I met. Jimmy Sangster I met.
Oh, wow.
Just said it. Freddie Francis.
So was Freddie Francis all right with you, or was he a bit?
Oh yeah, it was just a hello. Hello. How are you? Picture to get photo together. I got it in a photo album.
Right, because I imagine that Jimmy Sangster would be a bit more eccentric, a bit more off the wall.
I mean, this is going back to, I think this was in the 1990s.
Right.
So 1996 maybe. So it's hard for me to remember. Right. But I could see the photo with them. I wish I could get it fast enough. I would show you, but I don't know if I can find it that quickly. Right. He seemed. I think he was a little more talkative, if I remember correctly, when they would doing their talk. So there were a few Ingrid Pitt. I'm thinking over the years, like there's so many. I think I remember who Hammerwise. I think I talked about it last time.
Well, there's believe it or not, along with Phil Leakey, there's another letter. It's just a letter. It's not in an article, by Ingrid Pitt, and she was commenting on the previous issue and the release of a film that she wasn't getting paid for, that was put on video, and she was trying to find out if she could get any money for the transfer of the film onto video. That was a letter from Ingrid Pitt.
Dragnet, 1950s.
What was that Lee Marvin police detective series from way back, 1950s, late 50s, American TV series? I got such a good bargain on DVD for the UK anyway, to get hold of that complete set for as cheap as I got it a few years ago. But the title of the series is escaping me now. M Squad, is it M Squad? Ring any bells?
That sounds familiar.
Okay, that was Lee Marvin.
I think we're talking the U.S. edition. I think this is when we were talking about the John Barry.
Yes, that's from the Cooler Memorandum he's talking about. Okay, so U.S. edition, right.
Got time for just 30, 40 more questions.
Yeah, M Squad was the name. M Squad was the name. Yep.
Right, okay, M Squad.
Highway Patrol was, what's that guy's name?
I know his name. I can't think of it. The heavy guy.
Yeah, I can't either.
The big guy. Oh, geez. Broderick Crawford?
Yeah, maybe. But when I was in mom jail, that was just starting to come on one of those cable channels, and every commercial on that channel seemed to be for that show, and they were putting it out at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, why are you wasting all this valuable commercial time to advertise a show that's coming out at 6 o'clock in the morning? Who's gonna be watching that? It's like, what the heck?
Do you know the first time I went to America, which was 1985, I was shocked at how frequent the advertisements were in between the programs, and I couldn't get my head around. I can remember watching Star Trek with the family I was staying with, and I couldn't believe that what they would do is the episode would kind of end, but you wouldn't get the end credits. It would end and then go into advertisements, and then it would come back just for the end credits. I couldn't get my head around that. Couldn't get my head around that.
It's terrible. I'm a big fan. I was a big fan of Top Gear when it was on, and I hated it on BBC America because they just interrupted it, and I would just get torrents of it and watch it a few days after it came out because I couldn't take it. I really couldn't take it on BBC America. It was just ruined.
It's gotten a lot worse, these commercials and television shows now. It's really bad.
I think the law in the 1960s, which is why I'm conditioned to expect it, is there was one channel that was allowed to advertise. So there was 2 BBC channels, and the independent channel was allowed to advertise. But I think the advertisements were 3 minutes worth every 20 minutes. I think that was the deal.
That's about what it was in America for a long time, and then they said, "Oh, let's let some people make a bribe here, a bribe there," and suddenly you can do pretty much whatever you want. Like the end of David Letterman, there used to be like literally 6 minutes of commercial because they can only run like 3 at a time. But then if you watch a talk show and it goes back to the music and the screen comes on and the band's playing and it says late night, that counts as programming. And now they can do another 3 minutes of commercials. That's how they got around that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Joe's doing something. So someone says here, I just noticed the president's analyst up in the corner. Great James Coburn.
Let me just see if I can tip it up so you can see the whole post. There you go.
There you
that's,
go.
That's 1967. It's an American one sheet, and I bought that back in the days where international post wasn't so ridiculous. So it was you could trade overseas without costing an arm and a leg to buy it. So that's an American one sheet. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, I got my photo album with some photos in it. Let's see if I can find those Hammer ones.
Yeah.
And let me just do this. Well, first one I have is one of the Charlton Heston ones.
Oh, there you go.
There's me looking different.
What's the year, Joe?
93.
93.
Serious shot. That's a serious pose, getting an autograph.
Fantastic.
Let me see what else. Oh, well, this is pretty timely. This is the thinnest I've ever been in my life. Just saying. Not that it's about me, but look at that. Meathead. That's also 1993.
Well, I see 2 meatheads there.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Isabella Rossellini.
Rossellini.
Wow.
I just happened to be at somewhere, and I didn't know she was there.
Was it the filming of Blue Velvet?
This was 93 also. Then this is Carly Simon.
Whoa.
That is a big mouth.
You're lucky to be so close to New York, Joe, to get access to all of this.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. This is Roddy McDowell. Well, this was because I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan, so
legend. Yeah, and also I love his performance as the bad guy in 5 Card Stud. You know, the Western with Dean Martin. Roddy McDowell's brilliant in that.
He's good in anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, including an episode of Columbo. He was cool in that too.
I don't know if you're Sean Young.
Is that Sean Young?
Oh yeah, Blade. Is it Blade Runner? She was in.
She's in Blade Runner.
Yeah. Okay.
Just walking her dog on the streets of New York.
Wow.
All right, I found more than just what I came here for. This is a certain guy we know.
Yeah.
Letterman.
Oh, that's Letterman, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And boy, if only I could get back to these days. Beverly Garland.
All right.
I want to trying to find the Hammer, guys, but as long as I'm here. All right, let me go. Well, this is worth showing. I have this in my banner, but
Yeah.
Pacino.
Yeah.
And this, whoever that is, I think that's a security guard. I tried to blot him out of the picture recently.
Is that 1990s too, Joe?
This is 94.
Okay.
And he's doing the movie City Hall.
I hate it. Only movie I ever walked out of.
Yeah. Yeah. Not really the best. Come on. All right, here's Hazel Court, if I can get it. 1996. Put Hazel Court from Curse of Frankenstein and many.
Was that a convention that you were?
Yeah, this is that was from a movie convention. That's where I am today. Yeah. This is Veronica Carlson.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. He's looking good.
Sweat stain under my arm. Come on.
Some actresses never seem to age. Valerie Leon seemed to stay the same age for decades.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Here's Freddie Francis. This is 97. You gotta wait till it gets more clear. It's not very. It's hard to get it clear, you know. Anyway, there he is. Kind of. Yeah, it's not a very good picture. It's a good picture, but I mean, it's glossy and you can't really get it. And then see if we can see Jimmy Sangster a little bit better. It's hard to get it to come in.
He even looks eccentric, doesn't he? He's got an eccentric look about him.
And I hate that movie. Well, hate's a strong word. The Frankenstein movie he did, it's completely ridiculous. Horror of Frankenstein?
Oh yeah, that's the word.
Do you know Virginia Wetherell?
Yeah, Virginia Wetherell, yeah.
She's another one.
Beautiful.
Oh, that looks
it's a nice lady. I think that's for the purposes of this video.
I meant to tell you, and now I've forgotten the details, Joe, but you know when we were talking about the Universal horror film scripts that you can buy?
Yeah.
And well, one in the edition isn't Universal. It's what you guys call Horror of Dracula, the 58 Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I've forgotten the details now, but in the original script, and it was a shooting script, so it must have come close to being filmed. There's a scene where a coachman this is the 58 Dracula has to stop the coach, and because there's a corpse in the way, and the coachman gets off. Now, you don't see that scene isn't in Dracula 58, but if you remember Brides of Dracula, and Michael Ripper is driving the coach at the beginning, and he thinks there's a corpse in the middle of the heights. He has to stop the coaches. He has to get out, and it's just a log. It's a big log that he has to move out of the way. And he says, "Core, I thought you was a gunner," because he thought it was a corpse, so he moves it away. Okay. And I'm thinking, okay, so that scene is very close to the script of Horror of Dracula. It's not in Horror of Dracula. It wasn't filmed. So I wonder if Jimmy Sangster, because he was a bit of a magpie, he could borrow from his old stuff. So if they didn't use his scene in the first film, I wonder if he just threw it back in. Yeah. So that's the kind of fun you can have when you buy one of these scripts and you see the scenes that didn't make it. And if you know enough about the other films, you think, wait a minute, that looks very close to the next film. Waste not, want not.
Let me do a couple more of these before I can see I'm running out of time again as usual. But here's an Ingrid Pitt. I wish they would come out like this. This is.
She was really cool with the fans as well, Ingrid Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was very nice. There's more. I'm trying. I should focus on the Hammer ones. I never know how to say this person's name. She's from. I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's from Lust for a Vampire.
Uta Stensgaard.
Yeah, Uta Stensgaard. There you go.
Yeah.
And maybe one more. I'll see if there's any more hammers here. Well, Christopher Lee, of course, but I have that in my. I'll do the Christopher Lee one. Get fingerprints all over these.
Right, and you said he was pretty friendly with you. He wasn't stuck up on that particular day.
No, he was nice at this particular. But he had it was a rough time. There's something had gone wrong, and he was having a problem. It was not mad at me. It was the situation.
Right.
And I don't recall what it was, but there was something that he wasn't too happy about. Where's the last one I wanted to show? All right, this is the last one for now. And it's too bad it's dark. I mean, these days you could brighten a picture up, but I was invited to go to Kim Hunter's apartment in Manhattan, and you could see. I mean, in the back are all her Hollywood photos hanging up from her career.
Yeah,
and she had her Oscar for A Streetcar Named Desire somewhere.
Cool.
It's a dark picture, but it actually looks better on here than I thought it would. But anyway,
did you manage to interview her?
I did. I got a tape with her.
Yeah, how am I going to persuade you, Joe, to transcribe some of these audio tapes?
I tried, especially with the Planet of the Apes stuff, because he did a lot of stuff with Planet of the Apes.
I don't want to say too much about those, but I kind of did, but I don't want to. I'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
I found another one. He was saying like last one, but Ernie Borgnine.
Whoa,
that's nice to have with him.
I love his performance in Flight of the Phoenix. What where he plays a slightly
Jimmy Stewart movie. Yeah, got that. Yeah.
There's a real weird right at the beginning. He's looking at the window, and it's his first line in the entire film. And I think they planted that line to show there's something not quite right mentally with this guy. So he looks out the window and he sees there's a storm brewing, and he just says, "That storm's a real bastard." Like really vicious, and you think, "Whoa, fucking hell!" Yeah. Not the kind of passenger you want to sit next to in an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad soundtrack?
Yes, I've got that, Douglas. I've got a lot of Bernard Herrmann's soundtracks, and one of the Bernard Herrmann books that I wrote recently was comparing the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad with what was it? Jason and the Argonauts, and what he was comparing was the skeleton fight in the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which is one-on-one. It's one skeleton, and there's a fencing fight with the skeleton. In Jason and the Argonauts, if you remember that villain who's a priest, he casts these teeth, the Hydra's teeth, and every one of them sprouts up a skeleton. So now all of a sudden, Jason and his men are fighting loads of skeletons.
Right.
So what this book is doing was comparing the scores. They're both scored by Bernard Herrmann, and he was comparing the way that in one of them, and I think it's the first one, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, that Douglas just mentioned, he scores it with what now sounds like a cliche, like a xylophone, as if he's playing on bones. So when the skeleton starts fencing, you hear a lot of the xylophone, and in Jason and the Argonauts, he deliberately avoided that. Well, I guess he was making sure he didn't repeat himself. So he did a different score for the skeleton fight in Jason. Both great scores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Did you always have a camera with you? No, on these days I always do because I have my phone camera with me, but this is before those days. But when you go into a horror convention, you bring your camera with you.
Yeah.
And when I went into the city, I brought my camera with me to try to maybe meet people in the city. Special occasions, I didn't always have it with me. Roddy McDowell, the bookworm. I never think of the bookworm when I think of Roddy McDowell, but
That in the 1992 animated Batman series, is he talking about the voice?
I think no.
The 60s TV show.
Oh, the Adam West series. Okay,
yeah.
Right.
He's the bookworm.
Well, I still have facial hair, just that you can't see it because it's white.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, that facial hair suits you too, Jick Magger.
Ernest Borgnine, Marty. Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that movie.
He got some
Great,
kind of an
yeah.
award. Was it an Emmy that he got for that?
Yeah, he won
Yeah,
the
sure.
Academy Award for
Yeah,
that.
Tony. He won a
Right.
Tony for that. No.
Right. Okay.
I think he won the Academy Award Best Actor.
And, yeah, I did. I'm just BSing. He won the BAFTA.
It's like that's like one of those really poignant roles, like Lon Chaney did in Of Mice and Men. You get these really big, poignant roles.
Well,
They're both. You end up in tears for both of those characters.
Yeah.
Well, it's a happy ending for Marty in the movie.
Right.
Not a happy ending for Lenny and Of Mice and Men, anyway.
Yeah, when you get your head blown off, that's not a good ending.
Yes. No.
Yeah. That's a good movie, Of Mice and Men. That
It is, but it breaks your heart, though, doesn't it, Joe? It's really hard to take that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
All right, Joe, I got to get going, buddy.
All right, we might as well end it anyway because I got to get going.
You don't have to.
All right. Thanks, everybody. This is the end of our show for this time. Thank you, everybody. Tom, Tim, 4D, and everyone in the gallery. And we will talk soon.
Everyone.
See you next time.